All right, it's time for the very first real estate debate on TV. Let's go meet our panelists. Jeff, how you doing, man? Good to have you here. Really appreciate it. Dale?
Good to see you, Derek.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being here. Erica, great to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Linda?
See you.
Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. It's time.
I'm Dale Entrekin with SynergyOne Lending and HomeLendingSanDiego.com.
My name's Jeff Campbell. I work with the Concierge Real Estate team. You can find us at SanDiegoHomeBuys.com.
Hi, I'm Erica Bocian. I'm with Rising Realty of California.
Hi, I'm Linda Kline with Whissel Realty.
Welcome to the real estate debate for television for the very first time. Thank you for joining us, and thank you all for being here. Erica, Linda, Dale, Jeff, thank you guys for being here. Really
Good to be
appreciate
here.
it.
Thank you.
Dale, we've done the real estate debate a number of times before.
Yep.
All on the radio. Now we're on TV. The pressure's off. You don't have to judge this one. You can participate.
Oh, that's a big bonus.
How does that feel today?
It's a big relief. And now I don't have to worry about my walk to the parking lot, about how many agents are giving me death stares.
We have some great agents in studio with us today. Should be a really good debate. Great topics too.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited for it.
Yeah, very much looking forward to it. Let's go ahead and jump right in with agree or disagree. All right, tell us whether you agree or disagree with the given statement and defend your position. Today's statement is, buying a home is now easier because of websites like Zillow and Redfin. Jeff Campbell, you're up first.
Zillow is fabulous at attracting traffic, but are they good at helping properties sell? When we look at the numbers, we see that Zillow has millions of unique visitors every month. When we compare that to how many people actually purchase a property, the numbers aren't even close. Some estimates show that perhaps only 3% of people that visit Zillow buy a property. So what does that tell you? That tells you that most of the people that are going to Zillow aren't buying a property. Additionally, I recently went on a listing appointment, and one of the first things that I do is I look at all the aggregators online and I find out what their values are. And high and low from Zillow, Trulia, and 3 others, there is an $80,000 spread. So I think for me, bottom line, and hopefully for consumers, we need realtors now more than ever because of companies like Zillow. Because if you're not getting good data, you need a professional realtor to steer you through that $80,000 spread to give you the answer, what's my home really worth?
Oh, I disagree. The issue that I have with Zillow, a couple of issues, or Trulia and some of those other sites too, is that the information is not accurate. Some of the properties that they have listed on there, whether it's rentals or for sale, they're not even for sale. They sold 5 years ago, 3 years ago. So then the prices that a potential buyer is looking at is from 2012. Well, the market is very different now. You're not getting anything for the 2012 prices nowadays.
Right.
And Zillow doesn't know if your property faces the dumpster or the ocean. Zillow doesn't know if your house has marble floors that you can tiptoe on or laminate flooring. That's why you need to hire a realtor to decipher through the
Let me
information.
ask you a question. Do you have marble floors?
I do not have marble floors.
If you did, would you tiptoe around on them?
Maybe.
What do you think, Zillow?
What they're saying is really true, because with how many people are going to the site, we're getting a lot of misinformation. And on the lending side, we see it with values for people who come in when they're looking to refi, and they say, well, my house is worth, $500 according to Zillow, and the reality is they don't know. You don't really know. They're grabbing gross estimates of properties because they're just grabbing comps of sales in the area, but they don't know if it really matches out with their property.
Right.
And so they're seeing homes that are facing the ocean versus the dumpster, as Erica said. So, they're, I see it as a good starting point, and I think that 3% number comes from the fact that a lot of people who use it own.
Yeah.
I think that's what
They're just checking
And
prices.
they want to know what their Zestimate is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're checking it like the stock market. Just ridiculous.
Yes.
Linda, tell me, do you agree or disagree? Is it now easier to buy a home because of websites like Zillow and Redfin?
I don't think it's easier. What I do think is it's more educational. So if you look at Zillow's business plan and Trulia's business plan, it's realtors think it's counterintuitive, however it's not. There was a time where this information about buying homes was almost like a secret, but now buyers and sellers can actually go out there and do the research on their own. And I mean, the natural desire of good men is to know. So having websites like Zillow or Trulia really gives buyers and sellers the power to go out there and do the research. And with Zillow, the way that their business plan is structured is that they're working with brokers and they're working with real estate agents, whether or not we realize it or not. What they do is they're giving us tons of free advertisements. Nowadays, realtors can put their information, their listing, and now millions of people can see that. So now we're bringing in more almost valuable buyers and valuable sellers because they know what's out there. They know what their home is relatively worth. And also, there's a lot of information on there that needs to be interpreted. And that's what real estate agents like us need to do.
Is there a danger in that, though? I mean, if you think about the WebMD model, for example, WebMD has got a lot of people self-diagnosing, going to their doctors and saying, oh, I think I've got rheumatoid arthritis or whatever, So is too much information sometimes troublesome for people out there?
It's not if it's the right information. It's not if it's the good information, but therein lies the question. How do we know if it is good information? Lots of information is important. Who's heard of, if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Right.
And then, so people go to what they feel is a trusted site, get information, and what happens is if the information is sort of correct and somewhat right, what that really means is it's not completely right. And that's where I think a realtor is going to help you utilize the web as a starting point, but it's not an ending point.
Gotcha.
Your realtor is the ending point.
I advertise on Zillow and Trulia. I'm not a hater of those sites. I feel like as a realtor, it's about exposure and getting yourself out there to the public to help them decipher the information that's on there. Just to kind of talk about what you were saying too, about the free advertising for realtors. It's not. We have to pay for it, and that's the issue that I have with Zillow is that I'm spending money on their websites for information that's not even accurate. They lost their contract with IDX. It's not even linked up to the MLS anymore. So that's where the information that's going out there to the public, where's it even coming from? It's not even accurate because it's not even connected to the MLS anymore. So that's why you have all the misinformation. So,
and I can speak to that personally. Just in the past 7 days, we went to look at a property that was for sale. I found it on a different website. Went to Zillow to see if there were more pictures or historical data there, and Zillow said the property was off the market.
Sometimes it's not correct. There are 65,000 premier Zillow agents right now. By the way, I just quit. I was on it too. But I had to try it because you can't be haters, right? You have to give it a go. And it was incongruent for me to pay for something that I was talking to other people about, saying it's not the right thing. I get it. I was getting leads, and that's why realtors want to be there. Expose me everywhere. It's all about exposure, but it's not. It's about proper exposure. It's not a shotgun. It's about targeting your message and your marketing. For me.
Well, when I was talking about free advertising, I didn't mean necessarily the realtors, but I was talking about putting the listing on there, which
Right.
you can do that for free. And as far as Zestimates are concerned, I know that everybody will call, I have a lot of clients that will call me about Zestimates, even as we're putting offers in. But once again, there's information and it's our job to interpret it. You can go on Zillow, you can go on Trulia and Redfin. However, when it comes time and when it comes down to it and the time that you need to buy and sell, you're going to go to a professional because they do it every day. They do it day in, day out.
Great stuff. All right. Well, there it is for the insight on Zillow and the scoop on what you need to do if you're poking around on that website. You're probably not going to find accurate information, unfortunately, but you know where to get the accurate information from these professionals right here in the studio with us. Stick around for Hostility versus the Host as I take on the panel. It's me versus them. Coming up next.